Hello, friends. Welcome to our weekly connection. It is May 1st, and I already told my team this earlier, but happy Scentsy New Year. Because our fiscal year starts May 1st, runs through April 30th. So it is our Scentsy New Year. That means fresh beginnings, fresh starts, and really a time of being able to reflect on what you have done in the past to be able to move forward with intention, right? So if you haven't ever taken the opportunity to assess what last year looked like, so just say last May, if you have been around since then, otherwise just take your best overall month or your worst overall month and set a goal for yourself to be able to beat that. Yeah. Reflect on what you did in your successful month that really elevated you, that you felt like, oh my gosh, I was shining so bright here. How can I do that again? And then your worst month, this is really important to reflect too. Everybody's going to have failures. We tell this to our kids all the time. You are not always going to win. Not everybody's going to like you. That is okay. Move forward. So in your worst month, so best over here, what you did, how you shone, your worst month, why you were dim. Maybe what was going on in your life circumstances. Maybe you didn't put forth the energy. Maybe there were outside circumstances that were out of your control. Acknowledge that. Figure out if it was in your control, and if it was, how you can adjust and move forward. And if it wasn't in your control, work to let it go. I know that's hard. I know that's so hard. I like to hold on to things, and I'm telling you, it's okay to let it go. Yeah. So with all of that being said, with the Happy New Year's underway, Maggie and I wanted to talk a little bit about our week at Summit last week and the impact that it had on us and how we're ready to move forward. I kind of sprung this on Maggie last minute. I was like, hey, we should totally do this. And she's like, for sure. So Maggie, are you ready to go first?
Oh, sure. Sure, I can definitely go first. Okay, I'm just going to be super honest. And this is something that I've been contemplating how to share on, our larger Ohana page. It's something that I definitely talked to Ariel and some other leaders about while I was at Summit. But I have just been really frustrated in general with the fact that my organization has shrunk quite a bit, and the lack of effort that I've just seen across the board. It's been frustrating. I have 0 directors currently, which means that I'm not paid at title. And everybody goes through seasons. I get it. In no way do I think that everybody should or will make Scentsy their job like I have. But it just has been really frustrating having moved across the country, and my personal business has not changed. And so I've just been in a place of feeling like, what do I do? Where do we go from here? Because I have to start over. I have to find new leaders. I have to start working with people that, I wasn't working with before because I wasn't their director. I wasn't their leader. But now that I'm everyone's director, I need to dive back in a way that I haven't before, because, I've had other leaders in place and I just don't anymore. And so I haven't really known where to start, but I'm excited to work with some new people and have some new, upcoming leaders. It was a really good time of just reflecting and reminding myself, because I think it can be really frustrating when you do have to start over. And this is not the first time I've had to start over. I've really had to start over multiple times in my business. And if you've been around long enough, you will have to too. And so maybe you're kind of listening to this thinking like, oh shoot, I need to start over too. I'm not getting paid at title. My PRV isn't where it was before. I haven't recruited in a long time, whatever that may be. And my friend Katie Farner said this. She made like a to-do list, and Ariel, I know you saw it. She made like a to-do list and an action plan of things that she wanted to do after Summit. And at the bottom of it, she just said, remember, like, you've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten the things that you've done and the places that you've been and where you came from and how wildly capable you are. And I I think it took me reading that to realize that I am in that exact same place. Like I've absolutely forgotten like the things that I've done, the paths that I've paved, and how like incredibly capable I am of rebuilding and doing this again. And so, um, work toward new goals and working with new people and yeah, just get back to like the heart of things and find new success again. So that's kind of my takeaways from Summit.
I love that so much. And we are only in control of what we are doing, right? So Maggie and I, we are here to support you guys and to love you and to meet you where you are. We are matching energies. But I think part of where I get stuck too as a leader, totally vulnerable, is oftentimes I don't get the feedback. So I don't know where to meet you. So sometimes I feel like let's use an ocean analogy. I'm just like swimming in the Atlantic and maybe you're over in the Pacific and we didn't have that connection. And so I don't know how to get to you. And so I need a cruise ship to take me around to meet you, or like maybe we meet in I don't know, Mexico. But I think that I would love feedback of where to meet you, but I also need to understand that not everybody's going to talk to me. And I think I have a really hard time with that because um I do really well with communication. And so when I don't hear from somebody or I'm hearing like things through the grapevine, it makes it difficult to be able to move forward. And so I think one of my big takeaways too is really to let go of what other people are thinking or saying if you're hearing like third party things. And just like, if you tell me something face to face, that's what I'm going to take at value, right? I'm not going to take into account whatever anybody else is saying about me, about you, about anybody else. I'm going to meet you where you are. And I am excited about that. I am here to support you wherever you are in your journey. And if that just means you just want, like, you don't want to be on my text list, you want me to just say hi once a month or whatever, that's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings by saying, hey, could you text me less? Right? I don't want to annoy you. That's the last thing I want to do, because what happens when you feel annoyed? When I feel annoyed, I feel like I'm building up anger and resentment, and I don't ever want that. I want you to know that this place, whether you're in my smaller team group, whether you're in our Nomad, whether you're in Ohana, you have an amazing support group, and we are here for you. I know that was a lot of saying the same thing, but I sometimes think people don't hear me, or maybe they don't think I mean it. I want to meet you where you are, and I want to cheer you on wherever you are, whatever your business looks like, right? I don't need the excuses. I don't need like I was going to do this, but just tell me where you're at and I'll meet you there. Cool? And also everything that Maggie said too, like, you guys, you are a badass. Each and every one of you. You are wildly capable of amazing things. A lot of you are going through personal struggles, and maybe all of us are. You are still wildly capable. Our seasons go through peaks and valleys, but it's just a season. You are loved, you are supported, and you are wanted. And I really want you to hear that.
I had this conversation with this morning because she's kind of Maggie, she's kind of where you're at. And I think if you want to be successful, you're very competitive. And if you're not reaching those goals, you just don't know what to do. You're frustrated. I'm not pushing myself hard enough. I'm not doing whatever. But I also told her you got to give yourself one day of grace. You just made it today. You just look what you got today. This is huge. Give yourself today, one day. And while you're giving yourself that day of grace, also say, okay, what is it? How do I need to redo myself? What do I need to get out there? And, you know, I think we're all so hard on ourselves that we forget we have people out there that have lived this and who have done it, and to reach out. I mean, Ariel, I don't want to reach out to you because I feel like, my God, you're so busy. But, I know I can come on here on Wednesdays and I can talk to you. But I also know that you're going to send me those texts and it's awesome. Does that make any sense? I mean,
Yeah, it does. And so my typical response to somebody is if I don't reply within like 24 to 48 hours, I might not have seen your message, or maybe I thought I responded and I didn't. So please don't hesitate to reach back out and say, hey, just making sure you saw my message. Okay. I tell this to everybody within Scentsy and out of Scentsy. Please just send me a text, just like a little gentle, hey, did you see me? So please don't ever feel like you're bothering either, right? 24 to 48 hours is my turnaround time. Cool. Okay, so thank you for sharing, Deb. Really appreciate that. So what Maggie and I want to do now is Scentsy has created this amazing success path system for us. And raise your hand if you have investigated or like you at least know what it is. Okay, kind of. Raise your hand if you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. That's okay. I love this. Okay, so when you started your Scentsy business, on your homepage, it populated a first things first checklist. It was this itemized list of things that you should do to help launch your business and launch to a successful start, right? So what Scentsy has done is they have now divided it by title. So every single title has a success path to follow, a checklist of items to do. And as a whatever title you are, you have access to everything up to your current title. And then as soon as you have promoted to the next title, you will then have that next one and still have access to everything below. So Maggie and I can see all of the current success paths. And so if you are a lead consultant, you will see Essential, Certified, and Lead. I hope that makes sense. So what our plan is over the next couple of weeks is to go through the success paths with you, starting with Essential. And we are going to probably break up each path into 2 videos because they're extensive and there's other videos within there. And we really want to make sure this is like a bite-sized but comprehensive understanding of how to start your business. So it's the Scentsy New Year. It's a fresh new start. It doesn't matter where you are or where you have been. We're all starting at the same place with the Essential path. And I am so excited for this. Scentsy has put so much heart and effort, probably blood, sweat, and tears into this. They are so proud of it, and I am proud of them to be able to partner with them and have these resources available to anybody who joins our team is just incredible. So without further ado, I'm going to figure out how to share my screen so that we can start Essential Consultant Success Path together. All right, hopefully I'm still logged in. All right, can you guys, what are you seeing right now?
your screen, we're seeing it.
The whole list of
It's got the whole list.
There it is. Okay, I wasn't seeing it. It was just hidden under something. All right, so this is what Maggie and I see because when you go into the training tab, so you're going to enter your workstation. Under the training tab, it will be success paths. And however many you have unlocked is what you will see. So we are going to start with the Essential Consultant Success Path. And so we're going to watch the videos together. We're going to dive into the lessons together. And as you have questions, please either type them in the chat or when we're at a pause, ask them. Because like I said, this is being recorded, so everybody's going to be able to have access. Your questions are not silly. They're not dumb. Any question is welcome, because if you have that question, chances are somebody else has that question. Cool? All right, so let's get started.
Welcome to your Essential Success Path. We're so happy you're taking this time to invest in yourself and in your business. This is the first of many success paths that Scentsy is designed to help you build the business you want. Whether you're just here to look around or you're ready to dive in, we know you'll find some inspiration that you need for your Scentsy journey. Let's start with your Success Path checklist. It includes helpful information, training, and even challenges to help you level up. For the Essential Success Path, this is your roadmap to promoting to certified consultant. Use this checklist to monitor your progress and stay on track. You'll also want to complete and check off all the items on the checklist within your first 70 days, in addition to other criteria, to earn the Sensational Start Award. In this path, you'll learn how to effectively use a launch event to help you earn it. Now let's talk about every consultant's favorite day, payday! At Scentsy, you'll get paid on your sales monthly. The compensation plan explains how you earn commissions and bonuses and what it takes to promote from one title to the next to increase your earnings. As an Escential consultant, you'll earn 20% commission on your standard personal retail volume, or PRV. Every product you sell has a point value, and these points are added up to determine your PRV. Once you earn a total of 1,000 PRV, you'll promote to certified consultant, which will increase your earning percentage. We'll take a closer look at your compensation plan in this success path. At Scentsy, we love recognizing you and all of the hard work you do. It's part of the reason we've created a fun and robust collection of awards you can earn while you grow your business. All Scentsy awards are detailed in the Scentsy Awards Guide, and as an Escential consultant, you'll want to pay special attention to the Shooting Star and Sensational Star Awards. That's right. You can achieve the Shooting Star Award by earning 500 PRV in your first 15 days. And the next Success Path lesson will help you do just that. Complete all of the items on your checklist and other criteria within your first 70 days to earn the Sensational Start Award. As you progress through your Scentsy journey, you'll find it's helpful to have a reference guide for Scentsy basics. The consultant guide offers an at-a-glance view of important information about Scentsy product, calendar, programs, awards, standards, and more. So make sure that you keep it handy so you can reference it whenever you need it. While your success paths are a great place to find training and support, be sure to also stay in touch with your sponsor. Your sponsor can be an important resource as you work toward achieving your Scentsy goals. And don't be afraid to reach out to them. And if you find you have additional questions along the way, the home office has consultant support representatives dedicated to help you with any questions or concerns that may come up. Okay, the time has come to jump in. Follow the steps in this lesson to help your business bloom from the beginning and to earn your first Scentsy award. Know that we're here cheering you on. Yay!
Okay, so cool. I love these gals. These are some of the ones who have worked on the success paths. Okay, so do you have any questions from the get-go? No? Any commentary? Anything that was like an aha or something you forgot? No? Cool. All right, so we're gonna go to number 1. So this is essentially what you're gonna find, and this is kind of what they just talked about in the video. There's the checklist, there will be challenges, ways to navigate, and things to do. While we are not in our first 15 days, this is a good reminder for when you do bring on people to your team, what they're going to see and what they're going to experience. And that first 15 days is a really awesome time to launch their business and earn those awards, yeah? All right. So if you don't have a notebook handy, by the way, I take notes on my iPad now. My friend Jen Audette was like, she convinced me. Anyway, so that's what I do now. I'm trying to go paperless. And so if you have a notebook or a notes in your phone and you want to take some notes as we're going through this, please do so. Okay, so I love that there's the consultant guide at the bottom. There's everything that you're going to need to know that's hyperlinked within these lessons. So you shouldn't be left feeling, okay, where's that resource that they mentioned? All right, so we have checked off the introduction video. No, it just gave me an error. This is so good. So as a reminder, you're not going to break the workstation. You're not going to break it. Just like keep clicking around. It's going to be fine. Practice patience when you're clicking because that might be your internet and then you're going to go crazy. But like, you're not going to break it. And things happen. Sometimes things don't make sense. It said that in the error if you didn't catch that. Okay, so the goal. I would also like to encourage you, as we're talking through the success path, I would like to encourage you to actually make this your goal as if you were starting. You may not be getting the awards, but why not start today as if you are an Escential consultant? Today is day 1 and shoot for that 500 PRV in your first 15 days. That's an incredible goal and sets off your month to a rockin' start. All right, so preparing for your launch event. Again, pretending like you're new and like starting from the beginning with a May launch event. Or if you haven't been around for a while, start with a relaunch, a spring launch. There's never a wrong time to relaunch your business. All right, learn how to create a party experience for you and your guests. So if you don't have all the contents of your starter kit, see what you can recreate from the starter kit with what you have on hand. Maybe one of each product, a warmer, a wax bar, clean, pods. See if you can just recreate what it is and just utilize the simple contents that would come in the starter kit, because really you don't need to overdo it. If you're doing a simple home show, you don't need to bring everything you own. Lesson learned there. I used to think that I had to take everything. And so when we lived in Korea, we had apartment towers, and I would literally fill up, we had shopping carts that we borrowed from the grocery store. And I would literally fill them up to take to people's houses. And so anyway, don't do that. That's overwhelming. All right, so get familiar with your starter kit, and then get familiar with your personal website. Everything that's new, all the LTOs, all the collections, all of that is going to be on your website. And if you didn't know, you get 3 free months when you first join for your website. Really awesome key for your new people. And if you don't have your website activated right now, there's time. It's it's roughly $17 because it's $15 with tax depending on where you live. It is absolutely worth it if you are going to be intentional and sell and direct people to your website. It will pay for itself. So get familiar with it. Understand where the sections are, what product categories we offer, and just get familiar with that. The product training guide is also incredible. I have one. I don't know how recent it is. I was actually just referencing it last night and I lost it. Nope. It's sitting here open. It has little tidbits and nuggets for you to be able to learn and talk through with your customers at a party. And if you don't know the answer, I actually had a new gal ask me, she said, I feel like I don't know everything and I feel like I'm going to fail. I don't know everything either. Oh my gosh, can I be the first person to say that? I do not know everything. If you don't know the answer to something, just say, hey, you know what? That's a great question. I have this awesome book. Let me look up the answer and we can find out together. Make it a fun adventure. And there is also the digital version right here in the checklist, right? Talk about getting excited for host rewards. How many of you always have an open party on your website for your customers to shop through? Yes. If you don't, here is your sign. Have an open party for your customers to shop on. If you're going to do a mystery host party and give it away to one of the people who support you, awesome. Otherwise, it's a great way. It's a way that we can double dip as consultants and not only get paid back on all purchases, but build our own hostess credits so that we can get stuff for free and half price. Not every company allows that. So I really appreciate that Scentsy allows that for us, that we can double dip and get the host rewards and get paid commissions on things. So you don't ever have to pay full price for anything, guys. So rad. So make sure you look at the host reward levels, right? We have different tiers. A qualifying party starts at 200 PRV. And from there, the host rewards go up. And if you are just brand new and starting this, you will also see the host reward tiers in your catalog. So if you have a physical catalog, the rewards will be there, or you can just open this link to show you what the different levels are. The best level to get to, so at 350, you can unlock free shipping if it's all shipping to one address, but 500 is where the mega rewards kick in. You get more cash back in rewards and you get more half off items. And if you are doing this party to earn a kit, I know I'm getting kind of deep here, but that unlocks a $0 host kit if you use your rewards. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but just kind of have that in the back of your mind. If you're not sure what the heck I'm talking about and you're feeling overwhelmed, let's take a breath together. It's okay. I say a lot of things, but if you have questions, ask them. There is no silly question. If you're confused about anything, we want to make sure that you have clarity. All right, so does everyone feel good about lesson 2 with your 500 PRV in 15 days, setting up a launch event, playing around on the workstation and getting excited about your host rewards and learning about our products? Yeah? Okay, so we're still talking. Oh, I see. I clicked through this earlier so I could have an idea and then I forgot what I clicked through. I love that everything about what we're learning right now is for the launch event. Okay. So prospect for your launch event. What the heck does that mean? It means you identify the potential customers to invite to your launch event. And right here, I don't know if you guys are reading this along with me, but prospecting for potential customers creates the opportunity to be intentional about the products, programs, and parties that you offer. When you're prospecting, that is normally the one-to-one communication. You are actually starting to create the relationship or building upon the relationship that you already have with somebody by talking. But for starters, like before you even start that, I would recommend making a list of who you want to talk to. That also allows you to keep track of who you've actually spoken to. And if you take notes, like what they said, what you asked, all the details can be kept on a list together. All right, and scheduling a time for your party, it allows them to know all the details. And then if you're scheduling a party for somebody else, what was I going to say? When you're talking to people about your launch party, kind of figure out what time works best for them, because at your launch party, you want people to be there, right? You don't want to just have an empty house, lots of snacks and goodies that don't get eaten. Figure out a time that works best for everybody's schedules. I prefer, like, Thursday nights seem to be the best nights for parties. I have a bug in here. I am so sorry. Thursday nights usually work best for my customer base, but maybe a weekend will work better. Maybe during the day works better. Maybe you have a lot of like work at home mom friends. I don't know. Figure out what works best for the people you are inviting to make sure that you have the best possible outcome. So are you doing in person or online too? That has to be decided as well. There are benefits to both, and this talks about having a hybrid as well. So for those who are out of towners or maybe can't make it to the in-person event, having an online gathering so that they don't miss out on anything is so fun. That also kind of allows you to help build maybe a VIP customer group. Maybe you do your party in there and that turns into your customer group. If you don't have one already, maybe this is your opportunity to start one, right? So their pro tip that Scentsy gives is 3 to 5 days is recommended for online and hybrid events. And do you know why that time frame is recommended? People's attention.
People are busy.
Yeah, people are busy. Their attention spans are low. And people take as much time as you give them. That's like, I think, the real sneaky truth there. People take as much time as you are willing to give them. So if you give them 2 weeks, they're going to take 2 weeks. Shortening your goal is awesome. You can always extend it a little bit if you need to, but having that shorter 3 to 5 day party time frame is like perfect. So you also need to make sure that you are setting up your personal website and party page. So when you start a party, whether it's for you or somebody else, this is why we talk about always having a party open on your website. It allows them to shop directly and not have to wait for the bulk order to close if they want to just go ahead and shop and get it done. So let me go ahead and play this video real quick about how to create a party page. And again, I know a lot of you have been around for a while, so this might be old hat, but there might be some of you who haven't seen this yet. So it's just going to kind of walk you through. This is the mobile version. If you usually use a desktop, your options will be across the top. So you're just going to go to the order button, create a party, and then you're going to step through all the things that people are going to see on your website. So the name of the party, who the host is. And what's really cool is this next step. I love how they have customer Brad, customer import. The mock customer names that they put in here are super fun. And it's going to allow you to pick where the party is shipped to. If they're local and you want to be able to pack up all the orders, you can have it shipped to your address. Or if they're not local or they want to pack and ship, you can have it sent to the host. This is where you can customize and say, hey, I can't wait to party with you. Here's the details. Here's a photo. And you can upload your own custom photo or just use the default that Scentsy provides. And then you choose the date that it's going to go through. So simple. And this is where you want to do like that 3 to 5 business day. And then you're going to have that party link. That party link takes you directly to that open party on your website. All right, so inviting people is so great. Again, this is where that one-on-one communication is going to be so crucial. Who here loves to be mass added to a group without getting an invitation first or being spoken to first? Okay, I saw 0 hands go up, and that is the right answer. We don't mass add people. It feels icky. It's not personal, and that's just the main thing. It feels icky and impersonal. To make somebody feel special and wanted, reaching out to them personally, individually, and saying, hey, I'm having a Scentsy party. I'm launching my business. I would love to have you join us. Or I thought of you because X, Y, and Z. Would you like an invitation? Asking them if they want to be included is so crucial. All right. And making sure that you follow up with people once they have been invited, once they are in. Don't just like hope that they're going to talk to you after that. Our business is connecting with people and making sure they are taken care of. So following up is crucial. There's an acronym. People say fit fortune in the, no. Anyway, there's an acronym, but I forget what it is. But fortune is in the follow-up. Fit foo. All right, so follow-up. Connect with them. Make sure they're seen. Great. Sharing at your launch event. I know that it is daunting for people to go live. So if you don't have an in-person party, how are people going to get to know you if you go live? It can be it's so intimidating. I remember the first time when Facebook Live first came out, it was intimidating, but then I kept doing it and I realized this is like a vlog, and if people don't want to watch me, they won't. But it is so important for people to see your face and maybe to see your reactions. Like, oh my gosh, I'm smelling this travel twist in Blue Grotto. I love it. Or, oh my gosh, this scent is not for me. I think that if you love fruity things, it might be for you. And giving honest opinions. But making sure that you have the opportunity to connect with people and have them see you and see your passion for the products, your excitement is so fun. And it really helps those connections grow. So setting up your space. If you're going to do an online event, just having a small setup here is great. Or you don't even have to have anything great behind you. You can have things in front of you and just pick them up and show them as you are talking about it. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Use what you have, use the space you have, and everything is going to be okay. And like I said, if you're doing an in-person party, take your starter kit or take what you can carry in one trip, maybe 1 to 2 bags max, because you want your job to look desirable. You want other people to look at you and think, I could do that. I like smelling good. I could talk about Scentsy. Boom. Easy peasy. And if they see that all you're bringing in is like a simple bag, oh my gosh, what a dream job, right? Okay, so sharing at your launch events, sharing the products, again, making sure you have your product guide handy for those tips and tricks and the product knowledge. It's okay to not know everything, even 10.5 years in. Making sure that your space is set up, having things visually. If you're going to have a party in person, a really great idea is to have your Scentsy on like an hour before you start your party. Because then people can experience Scentsy. The experience is what really gets a lot of people in if it's in person. So you want to make sure that experience is delightful. And this is just some other tips and tricks that they have about creating the right visuals, limiting clutter, setting out samples and testers for people to utilize. When you have the party, whether it's in person or online, welcome the guests. I know one of my friends, she said that she sends a message when she has a different host other than herself. She sends a direct message and a friend request to all the people saying, I am so excited you're here for this party. I just want to say hi. This is who I am, and welcome. Can't wait to hang with you this week. So simple. It's just like you would welcome somebody into your home or the coffee shop or wherever you're having your launch party. Hey, I am so excited you're here. I can't wait to share this with you. Take a sniff and enjoy, you know? This is some other options that you can use for icebreakers, for games. There are so many options. Don't feel limited, but also don't feel like you have to do everything. There are options for a reason. Find something that works for you. Don't get analysis paralysis. Don't get overwhelmed by everything. Just choose like one thing and call it good. Some great tips are to be able to share your story, what you love about the flexibility, and talking about the products, the opportunity, asking for the sale, making sure that they know how to order, just those basics, and making sure also they know that they can get it half off and free with their own link or party. Really pushing that point home, because why should they pay full price for something, right? You don't want anybody to have to pay full price if they don't want. Help them with a party. And then looking for simple ways to upsell. Oh, I see that you have 4 pods listed. Did you know that if you buy a 5th one, you get a 6th free? Easy peasy. Just making sure they know the best deals, the bundles and saves, all of that. And this one also talks about booking more parties. And just a reminder, you guys can go back to this and deep dive a little bit further if you want. Open the links, really dive into the content, but taking notes as you go would be really helpful. All right, we're going to go to that next one. All right, following up on your launch event. There's so many ways you can follow up. Again, don't get analysis paralysis. Choose something, try it out. If it doesn't work for a couple months, try something new. But what people like to say is 1-1-3 follow-up. So follow up at 1 week after they get their products, 1 month and 3 months. That just allows you to say, hey, I know it's been a month since you ordered. I just wanted to check to see if you need a refill. Or, hey, I want to check to see how you're liking your products. Something else you can do is ask them to share. Say, hey, I know that you have your new warmer set up. Would you be able to take a picture, make sure there's good lighting, and just share it and say why you love it? Then that helps build that confidence too. And maybe you ask somebody who you would want on your team, and then that builds that confidence of like you're teaching them how to share, right? It's planting those little seeds along the way too. So however you choose to follow up, remember, FitFu, fortune is in the follow-up. I think it's FitFu. We're going to stick with that acronym. And then you just repeat it. It's a rinse and repeat kind of thing. And it's so good. And this says tip, reach out to your sponsor or team to see if they can help you answer any questions. I don't know what question number 3 is. Oh, what do you still wish you knew about hosting parties that you didn't learn in this lesson? Okay. But also that just goes out, reach out to your sponsor or team if you need any help at all. Yeah. All right. So we're going to complete that course. What? We get confetti. This is so good. Okay. So we're going to go back to the training, back to Success Path, and then do lesson number 3. Okay, let's see if we can complete this lesson right now. Okay, this is a 1-minute video. You guys ready for another quick listen? This is all about the foundations, setting goals to help you grow. And again, this is going back to that basics, the refresh, things that anybody can do at any stage of their business. Okay, that last quote said people with goals, no, successful people with, shoot, I just read it. Anyway, people who set goals know where they're going. So do you know where you're going? Do you know what you want out of this business? It's really important to set those SMART goals. I love this acronym so much. It's specific goals, measurable goals, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. All of these things apply to your goals. So for instance, I love this example. If you want to increase your PRV next month, your SMART goal may look something like, I will earn 1,000 PRV next month by booking and holding 2 500 PRV events. A fun statistic for you, the average PRV for one order that Scentsy most recently calculated is over 80 PRV. So how many orders do you then need? If the average is 80 PRV, how many orders do you need for a 500 PRV event? I would love somebody to answer this because I don't have my calculator.
6.5. 6.5. You said
6.5.
80 PRV?
Yeah, about 80 PRV.
Yeah, like 6.5. 6 would be 480 PRV.
Okay, so let's just call it 7 orders. Cool. So to get 200 two 500 PRV parties, you need 14 purchasing guests, roughly. So 7 per party. So having those numbers and knowing that, okay, some are going to be higher, some are going to be lower, you should probably have between 10 to 15 guests at a party to be able to reach that 500 PRV event. So that's a really awesome way to help you break it down even further into those bite-sized goals. So if you have that goal, what's your, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I have an alarm going off. So writing down your SMART goals and really breaking down all those details helps you make your way forward. So you know where you're going so you can be successful. All right. The art of fragrance. This is a really fun one. And I would love to encourage you to deep dive into this. Last year at SFR, they gave us the art of fragrance. They gave us the little testers that they now include in the starter kits. And we got to experience what goes into the layering of making each scent. And they gave us Luna specifically. So that was really awesome to be able to see. So the course is about 30 minutes long. So when you have 30 extra minutes to really understand and do a deep dive into the art of fragrance, definitely take advantage of that. And it goes all through the fragrance composition. And there's also this 5-minute video that you can watch as well, where they break it down and show you how things go. How it's made. So it's really cool. And then there's a fun challenge here too that I would encourage you to do after you watch the video. The challenge is to create a did you know post. And these posts also create more of kind of behind the scenes. And it's not just all about sharing or selling Scentsy. It's about educating your customers. Because who would have thought that so much goes into one fragrance? So anyway, I encourage you to go through that workbook, watch that video, and then take that challenge to post about what you learned through that. And again, this top notes video, it's another 10-minute video. Like all these videos, like they said, it's about a 30-minute work through to figure out how all the pieces fit together to make the Luna fragrance. So that's super rad. All right, we have so many tools available outside of this success path option that I would love to encourage you. Again, you're not going to break your workstation. Click around, play around. You cannot break it. Explore, experience. So one thing that they provide to us every month, they actually have a consultant calendar that goes through the year, and anytime there's new events that populate, you'll find them on the consultant calendar. So this kind of helps you figure out what is when and what to expect. But they also have a consultant planning ahead guide that is new every single month so that you know what is going to be coming this month, like what our expectations are. So we know that we already have the Father's Day collection that's coming out on Monday. We have, at the end of the month, we have Pixar, the Pixar Inside Out collection. Super excited for that. We actually got to see Bing Bong Buddy last week at Summit, and he is adorable. I told myself and my family no more buddies ever are coming into this house because, like, what do we do with them? They have their favorites and then the rest just collect dust. But I think Bing Bong might join our family. So look at the planning ahead guide every single month to be able to know what is coming. And then the Scentsy standards and the compliance guide. What standards are we being held to as independent contractors? We have partnered with Scentsy with these businesses, and there are standards that we are upheld to, and then the compliance guide, what we can do, what we can't do. I would really encourage you, you had to have read them when you started your business. I know oftentimes we just like click through things. So if you just clicked through things, that's okay, you're not alone. But or if you need a refresh, I would encourage you to just take a quick dive into the Scentsy standards so you can refresh, know what's expected of you, and then the compliance guide, what you can and can't do as far as running your business. Like raffles are not allowed. Some certain posting is not allowed when it comes to our licensed collection, like Harry Potter or Disney. So just familiarize yourself with that, and that will really help you be able to share with conviction. No, that's not the right word. Share with
Confidence.
That's the one. Share with confidence. Thank you so much. Good assist. All right, so this is the final one we're going to go over today. Get social on your socials. You guys, being social on social media doesn't just mean posting, praying, and leaving. Do you remember why social media started? To be able to connect with friends, to be able to connect with people. So make sure that you get social and engage with other people, comment on things, and don't just like post and leave everybody high and dry. That's not how to win friends and influence people. That's a side note. We started watching Young Sheldon, and it's hilarious. If you got, oh my gosh, we started watching with the kids. So funny. Okay, so for social media, if you are brand new to any social media, the encouragement here is spot on. Choose one platform and learn it and master it and really get into it before you try and start adding all these other platforms, because there are so many options. I want to encourage you to choose one and really lean into that, and choose where your people are. Some people's friends are mostly on Facebook. Some people's friends are mostly on Instagram. Wherever your audience is, choose that platform and really lean into it. And there's some really great tips here. You know, make sure to stay compliant when setting up your account. Go back to the compliance guide, and that will be really beneficial. And make the most of your posts. Don't make them all about Scentsy. Do things that people want. People love to give their opinions, you guys. Oh my gosh, people love to give their opinions. So let them do that. Let them give you their opinion. Like, do you prefer waffles or pancakes? Do you prefer guava honey or blue grotto? There are so many ways that within Scentsy and without of Scentsy products, you can ask for people's opinions. And so that also helps boost your algorithms, and it helps you get to know people, and it helps them see who you are, right? So another option is to proofread and edit your posts and photos. If you did not catch our last recorded weekly connection, go back and watch it. Our friend Brianna Engel shared how to take photos, how to run social media successfully, how she has found success. And it was so good. I took so many notes. So make sure that you go back and watch that. That will really help. If they say guava honey, they just need to go away. That's hilarious. But here's some other tips that they have helping you learn and leverage trends, just what to do along the way. And that is so good. So that is this course. So we have completed, what was it, 2 courses or 3 courses? Let's see what our success paths took us. What did we complete? Technically 3, because welcome to the Essential Consultant Path. So next week we will go over the final 4. We won't have that recap like we did today about Summit. So we will be able to deep dive into the final one, 4 for the Essential Consultants. And like I said, I know this is a lot, and it might have felt like a fire hose was coming at you. And the good news is this is recorded. You can rewatch. And if my commentary along the way was too distracting for you, you have access to all of this the Essential Success Path on your own too. So if it's easier for you to go through on your own and not have me talking in your ear at the same time, then I would encourage you to do that. We all have different learning styles, and it is okay to acknowledge that and do what works best for you. So are there any questions about the first 3 lessons of the Essential Consultant Success Path that we went over today? No.
Jonay said that there's going to be a document to help people train using the success paths. Is that out yet or no?
I don't think so. I looked for it earlier and I didn't find it.
Okay, I just looked too and I didn't see it either. I thought maybe I was searching for a different thing. So like, if you're not an essential consultant but you're working with someone who's an essential consultant under you, or whatever, if you're a leader that's working with someone that is in your downline that's going through the paths, there's going to be kind of like a train the trainer kind of document to help you best be able to lead others through these. So you're not going to have to do what Ariel just did. Every time you have somebody, new that comes in that wants to kind of go through the success paths, they're going to make it much more simple so that people can do it on their own and we can just kind of guide them through as needed.
Yep. And until then, feel free to share this video with your new people to kind of help them walk through and encourage them to, like I said, do what works best for them. If they want somebody kind of chatting them through it, awesome. This is going to be super helpful. And if they want to do it on their own, great. Just check in with them, see if they have questions. And like I said, if you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We want to make sure that you have clarity and that you understand everything clearly. And if you need to brainstorm best ways to work your business, or how to take a certain route, let us know. We are happy to brainstorm as well. Cool. All right. Well, I know this went a little longer than normal, and next week likely will too, because we are doing this deep dive. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope that you guys are ready to start this new year off swimmingly. Refresh, restart. Happy New Year. I'm so excited for this, you guys. All right. And then with that, we will just see you next week. Bye, guys.